Hello traders, this is Igor from FX Igor YouTube channel, and today we will talk about Bitcoin cryptocurrency. It's unusual for me to talk about cryptocurrencies, but today I got a lot of questions on my website and I wanted to make few clear statements about this. So as we can see, we have a price above $55,000 for Bitcoin, and today we're around on 46,000. It's a strong movement on the down, and we see, for example, maybe 17% drop just in 1 or 2 days. And this is the normal because we had a strong expansion for Bitcoin. As we can see, using a 1 hour chart, first 4 hour chart, we can see that just a month ago we were less than $28,000, and in just 1 month price almost doubled and went to 55. So it's a pretty unusually for any currency on this world to double value in just 1 month. But first, we can talk about this problem in 2 ways. The first one is a technical analysis. So we have a chart right now. The chart is on the daily time frame, and we can first add Fibonacci retracement. For example, we can use this low here and this high. We can use the low from 2018 and this high. And you can see that today we went to 23.6, the first Fibonacci level. So based on some basic technical analysis, it's normal to go up to $30,000 around the 50 Fibonacci level. As you can see, 50 Fibonacci level was very strong. Price tried to break this level on 20 January this year. Several times, couple days, tried, didn't succeed, and after that price just go up, up, up and up, and we touch the sky. So this is the basic thing about Fibonacci level. The next thing what I want to show you is why I think that this situation is normal and this pullback is normal. I will use relative strength index indicator. So we will watch daily chart. Okay, look this. On January 6th, we had, just to see, almost 25 relative strength index value. It's a abnormal value, because we can tell that market is overbought above 70. It's extremely overbought above 80, but 95 is really overbought. And then we have very short correction, just very short correction that finished in the end of the last month. And then we went to more than 50,000 Bitcoin price. As you can see, this is just a very simple divergence example. Simple divergence. We have a price that on the chart is going higher high, and an oscillator as relative strength index lower low. And as we can see, I will just show here again. So we have this rising trend on the chart, and we have falling trend on an oscillator. And this is the practical example of divergence. It's a normal thing because you cannot trade all the time above 80 on the relative side. You need to see some kind of pullback. If the trend is rising trend and you want to see more highs in the future, you need to create some pullback. The bigger pullback is there is a possibility to be bigger move in the future. Of course, this is not the rule. This is just a hypothesis, and very often this we can see in the practice in trading any kind of currency pair or any kind of stock asset and so on and so on. So we can, like I said, there is a high probability that we try maybe touch the 50 level, Fibonacci level, and I think the price will oscillate at least 1 month between 38.2 to 50 price Fibonacci level. It's around $35,000 to $30,000 in that area, but it's just my opinion. Of course, price can change very easily and very soon, but I think that we will see at least couple weeks some kind of correction at Bitcoin price. Now we need to talk about fundamental approach, and about fundamental approach we need a little bit to think, because buying a Bitcoin is different than when we're buying a stock or bond, because Bitcoin is not part of some corporation, it's not part of national currency, and unlike investing traditional currencies, Bitcoin is not issued by central bank or backed by government, for example. And this is very, very, very important thing. First thing, it's not backed by government. That information is huge. Why? Because when we have a strong drop, for example, in British pound, for example, drop to relative strength index on 15 level, for example, 20 level, the British government, the British bank will react. It will be some kind of intervention. At that intervention will be save the British pound. The same thing will do by the Fed and US economy and US people and US government. Everybody will try to protect the US currency. The same thing for any kind of national currency. But for Bitcoin, there is no government, there is no help, there is no intervention. This is like the bubble. If bubble start to go down, there's no any structure, any government, any intervention to try to protect and save this cryptocurrency. The next thing what we need to talk about, there is no monetary policy, inflation rates, economic growth, any kind NFP or any kind of economic indicators that we can use when we talk about Bitcoin. So there's no fundamental analysis that we can use as same as we use for regular currency pairs like US dollar or Canadian dollar or Aussie, Kiwi, and so on and so on. So price of the Bitcoin, it's a supply and demand. The supply of Bitcoin and market demand for it. This is all. So we know that the cost of production of Bitcoin going to using the mining process, but right now I think that we will not have mining process at all, because Bitcoin protocol allows new Bitcoins to be created at a fixed rate, and I think that we will not see supply because this number is capped at 21 million, I think, where once the number is reached, mining activities will no longer create new Bitcoins. So right now, in the near future, we'll not see the new Bitcoins. And we just can talk about supply and demand. We have a growth in 2016 I think it was a 6.9%. Then we have the year after that, it was above a 4%. Then we have roughly 4% in 2018. And as you can see, the growth has slowed, but that's just when you just watch percentage, but very often this growth, this slowing of Bitcoin will create the growth, and we saw that in 2021. So it's a normal thing. It's not something, if you see the growth every single year is smaller and smaller, that price will go down. No. You see that this everything is happened about Bitcoin is a supply and demand. And if we watch the price, it is because there is a more Bitcoin traders, people who exchange cash and buy Bitcoins, and because of that, we see the Bitcoin is more stronger and stronger. So what can happen to Bitcoin going down? Because if Bitcoin goes down, some strong movement down, there is no government, there is no institution to try to create some intervention and help and save Bitcoin. But what we can do to predict that? The only thing that I can see as a main problem with Bitcoin can be some big US regulations and world regulations in Bitcoin trading. Because this is my personal opinion, and I think that a lot of people do not agree with me, but there is one little problem with Bitcoin. The more and more people buy Bitcoins, and people even there is a lot of regulations and stories about how people can convert Bitcoin to cash. But this is not the rule, because there is a much important thing about Bitcoin. It is that people can work, they can earn Bitcoin, and they can spend Bitcoin without tax, without anybody, without institutions. So, for example, you're a programmer and you will be paid in Bitcoins. Then you can buy the food, you can buy your vacation, you can buy some platform, you can spend your money using Bitcoin. And if you think a little bit, you can pay, other company can pay, you can pay some individual, and so on and so on. And where is the country there? Where is the government there? Where is the tax there? There's no tax. And the government very soon will see that. And they will try to do something, to put some regulations. And when they do that, that can influence on Bitcoin price. And in my opinion, if some strong movement, some strong regulation is done, then after that we can see huge drop and maybe devaluation or something like that. But it's just my black scenario, because I want that this cryptocurrency live, and I want to have another cryptocurrencies. I like blockchain technology, I like everything. And I think that Bitcoin is interesting for investing, for people that like risk, and that because the risk return can be huge and so on and so on. But just I want to tell the people there is some black scenario, there is some things that are not excellent in the future that can happen, and just to think about that. Because if you see that Bitcoin just have a strong bearish trend every single day, a lot of people will try to exchange Bitcoin and to take the cash, and then nobody can help Bitcoin. There's no institution, there is no some bank or somebody that can try to make intervention and help. No, Bitcoin is just digital currency, and there is no one man or one institution that can hold, change, help anything with Bitcoin. So just want to think about that, and to think about Bitcoin more investing than a short time trading, because as you can see, it's a crazy. It's a crazy volatility very often, and it's a very hard to trade because you need to have very small positions if you want to trade. Even that, if you have a leverage or something like that, it can be very risky, because as you can see, in 1 month to double price, it's not normal and in trading, and it can be very dangerous, and you can lose a lot of money. So be careful. And if you short-term trader, just be careful and think about price levels, think about risk, and good luck. Bye bye.